Hey guys, in this video I want to explain to you why my cycling has transitioned from this to this. So on YouTube we're kind of privy to lots of passionate people out there with opinions about what we do right and what we do wrong, probably more the latter. And in this video I just want to talk a little bit about one of the more controversial aspects, it seems, about cycling, and that is why I don't ride in traditional Lycra cycling specific clothing these days, and the reasons why I actually prefer this when I ride my Brompton. So welcome back, and if you're new to this channel, if you're into things like Brompton bikes, gear to go with it, hiking related stuff and hiking related gear, then let me say you've found your like-minded people. So please consider subscribing to this channel and click the notification bell. If you followed this channel for any length of time, or you've watched any of my riveting videos before, then you're probably quite aware that I don't ride in cycling gear much at all these days. And for some viewers, you might have opinions whether that's a good idea, whether it absolutely blows your mind, whether it makes you so upset you're going to have to vent your feelings on the comments section. But that's fine. A lot of people think if you don't ride in Lycra, then you don't know what you're on about. And I'd just like to sort of set things straight on this video, give the reasons why I don't ever ride in Lycra these days. But fully appreciate that it's a personal thing. But I think there's enough barriers already to get people out in the outdoors on a bike or hiking, and to set up some more by expecting to ride a certain type of bike or wear certain type of clothing in order to do that, or more or less like a uniform, and to tell people that they're doing it wrong is really counterproductive in my view to getting people out there enjoying the great outdoors, enjoying the bikes, whether it's just cycling down to the library, to the cafe, whether you're wearing a jersey, a t-shirt, a shirt like this, or whether you haven't got a shirt on at all. You're always welcome in this space, and in my book there's no judgment. Shall we go a bit further then, girl? Emma? Shall we go a bit further? 3 favourite clothing items for use on the Brompton, and you may well point out, well, you're not on your Brompton, but number 1 is a multifunction thing, and it's this is a Montane Dino jacket, sometimes called the Dino Stretch. I'm not going to beat about the bush. This is my number 1 because I love it. I absolutely love this jacket, and you can tell that I do because predominantly it's dirty, it probably smells a little bit, it's perpetually dirty if I'm honest, and for that reason I know that it's my favourite of all the jackets that I've got because I use it for everything. Today I'm out on a dog walk. It's great for dog walking, it's great for mountain biking, it's great for Brompton riding. The sign of a sure winner is a jacket that you can use for every activity. It's part of Montane's soft shell range, and this is an old version of it. It's made from Pertex Equilibrium Eco, which is a very densely woven material. I don't know if you can see. It just looks like a typical soft shell, but it's so closely knitted that it's incredibly windproof, whilst at the same time being incredibly breathable. There's no need for a laminate or a layer of membranes in the construction of the fabric at all. There's no taped seams or anything like that. On top of that, Equilibrium Eco is 100% post-consumer recyclable material, so once it's reached the end of its natural life, which I hope is a long way off yet, whilst there's a few signs of wear, it's nowhere near the end of its natural life, this jacket. It's got years, probably decades left in it yet. It's got a DWR, meaning durable water repellency coating on it. Every now and again I throw it in the washer with some nick wax just to top that up if it stopped beading for in heavy rain. But generally speaking, if I'm out on the Brompton or I'm out mountain biking and it starts to chuck it down, I don't tend to bother putting on a waterproof jacket. I just stick with it. I mean, you will be warm. Even if it wets out, you're still going to be warm. It's completely windproof. In many ways, it's the perfect mountain jacket when you're hiking because of its breathability. So when you're on the bike, you don't get it riding up and giving you a cold back. The arms are long enough so you don't get that, what I call, the twat gap here, where it won't reach your gloves. You get cold wrists. It don't have any of that. The wrists close off with Velcro, so you can really cinch them down real tight if you want to. There's pockets everywhere. 2 large chest pockets that don't get in the way of your rucksack if you're wearing a rucksack for cycling. For me, it balances breathability and weather protection perfectly for cycling. I would go as far as to say it's better than the Rafa soft shell jacket that I paid much more for, which I also like, but I think this is probably the perfect cycling jacket that was never intended for cycling. Because of my hiking activities, I mean, I recently walked the Cleveland Way in this shirt. Can't remember if I wore it in the Wolds Way, but you get to know what performs in all conditions and keeps you comfortable, not only on the bike but also whilst you're out hiking. And this is a shirt that was designed for hiking, but it's got fantastic crossover abilities for the biking world. It's SPF factor 50, so you're not going to get sunburnt. You don't need to slather yourself in sun cream, getting all sticky, and I always feel horrible when I'm all slathered and in sweat and melted sun cream. You don't need it with this shirt. It's got pockets all over the place. You can get your phone in there. It's got these pockets here that are hidden, that are massive. Get all sorts in here. One on each side. It dries incredibly quick, much quicker than a traditional cycling jersey. Yes, it hasn't got the pockets in the back, but it's got pockets everywhere else. And the pockets don't interfere with those that ride with a backpack, commuters. It's great for commuting. And there's no reason why you couldn't wear it in the office, because it doesn't smell. I've worn it for a full week walking the Cleveland Way, and I don't think I was smelly at the end of it. Other people might correct me on that. But it dries incredibly quick and keeps you cool and keeps you comfortable, which I can't say that of a lot of cycling jerseys. You don't have to have this one. This is made by Paramo. This is one of the, you might equate with Castelli or Rafa from the cycling world. It's one of the premium brands, but it's not their prices. I think this was about 50 quid, might be 70 quid nowadays. But they have fantastic guarantees on their products, repair service, and you can recycle, and you can also buy products that people have traded in against new items from Paramo, and they have a reseller recycle scheme where any repairs that need doing have been effected, by the seamstresses, and then it's sold through their eBay channel, which I think is really good. You know, it's not just throw away and replace kind of culture. It's a kind of garment that will last you as long as you want to keep wearing it, and it can be repaired multiple times. So I think that's a great concept. But I've had similar looking shirts and similar style shirts from the hiking brands, Decathlon, Mountain Warehouse. They all do similar sort of thing that is very, very transferable from the hiking trail to the bike. So have a look around and give one of these shirts a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Cowardice rain cape. So opting for a cape or a poncho definitely has many advantages, but of course it's kind of probably the most controversial of the three. There's more rain protection, I think, than anything. It covers your thighs, keeping nearly all your legs dry. It covers the handlebars, so your hands and your arms will stay dry as well. It's lightweight, it's very easy to pack and carry. There's no need for rain pants as well as a jacket. It's just one item fits all. It's fantastic ventilation. The loose fit lets the air flow and prevents you overheating. It's fairly cheap and it's effective. I think it's cheaper than a rain jacket and pants, particularly if you're choosing Gore-Tex. Admittedly, they're not great in windy weather. The baggy fit means that they can flap in the wind, which can be irritating, especially if you're feeling like you're going to take off. It's not great for covering the backpack if you're a commuter who wears one of those, and you certainly aren't going to win any fashion awards. Although nowadays there are some more stylish options than the one that I'm wearing, but I ain't bothered about that. It's highly visible, it's got reflective stripes, and I love it. It keeps me dry in all weathers. I'd like to finish off by saying thanks for watching, and if you've found it remotely interesting, please do consider subscribing. See you on the next one.